What's up, losers, and welcome back. Today, I want to start out by bringing you to the greatest city on this earth. No, not that one. No. Ew. Definitely not. Oh, there she is. Perfect. And this is a story from this city. And this story revolves around something that all of us have seen, most of us have used, and we all kind of hate. Bicycles. But more importantly, people on the bicycles. New York City is riddled with bicyclers. And you know what? They all fucking suck. And I'm going to tell you today why. Very recently, I've decided to start using a bike since quarantine, and I want to take the train less. So I went and I got a bike, a fixer-upper, I fixed it myself, and now it went smoothly. And I take it in these streets, and I am surrounded by other people who are all assholes. I've always known bicyclists have always been assholes. For example, take a look at the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, if you've never been to the Brooklyn Bridge, it's split up into two sections. You have one path, and it's just a line right down the middle. On one are the thousands of people who walk across it every day, all day. And on the other side, you have maybe 2-3 people riding on bikes. And they take up half the lane. And they are the most entitled assholes when it comes to this one lane. If one person slightly steps over the line, they will purposely go as close as you can, and they will scream at you at the top of their lungs. Many of them have even put videos of them walking through crowds, or not walking through crowds, biking through crowds on the bridge, screaming at them as a way of showing, like, look at these assholes. And it's like, dude, you're the fucking asshole. There should be no bike lane on the Brooklyn Bridge. And for many of you bicyclists, be like, well, how are we supposed to go across the bridge? Go fuck yourself. Walk like everyone else, or take your chance on the part where the cars go, and hopefully one of them hits you. And so, now I'm one of these people. And I notice things more than I'm on a bike, because I notice other bicyclers and how they operate, how they function. Let's start off with something I like to call. Now, the yellow merge is very simple from a bicyclist standpoint. All you do is put your hand up on the side that you want to merge on, put it up in a perfect L shape, and then just slightly tip your wrist down like you're pointing at something in the distance, but like you half-hard asshole pull. And then you say, fuck it, YOLO, and you just fucking go right in that direction. There is zero consideration for if the car is going to hit them, because in their mind, it's just, I'm going here, I'm doing this. It's up to you to decide, you being the person in the car, if I'm going to hit you, if you're going to hit me or not. Now, I've never done this. I don't want to do it, because I don't want to die. But these bicycle people, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about anyone else. To them, the bicycle lane is the most sacred thing on the planet. It's like their holy Bible. And whatever happens in that bicycle lane should be honored. But fuck any other part of the street, or sidewalk for that matter. If they're on the street, they'll do whatever the fuck they want. And if they're on a sidewalk, they'll do whatever the fuck they want. I've seen people on bikes in Manhattan just start pedaling down like in crazy crowded streets. And the like anger on the bicyclist's like face, like, these fucking people, they're in my way. If you're on a bicycle, you act like the whole like city, wherever you are, the whole place is your fucking bike lane, and everyone else is in your way, including other bicyclists. No one wants to run down a person on a bike more than another person on a bike. It gives them pleasure. The Gray Boys have this friend, or used to have this friend. I won't call him by his official name, but he was a fucking dork. We'll call him Fuckface. So, one day, long ago, I was biking with Joe and Fuckface, and we were going down the wrong path on the bike lane. So the bike lane, we were going the opposite direction when you're supposed to go on it. And this was late at night. There were no cars. There were no people on a bike. So we're going down it. And a person riding the right way on the bike lane goes past us and just says to us, hey, you're going the wrong direction. Whatever. So we go to Joe's house. We're there for like an hour. Joe and I are talking, fucking around, whatever. Fuckface sits there for that full hour, stone-faced, just fuming on the inside. Until finally, out of nowhere, he just goes, "Fuck that guy." What? You might ask? Fuck that guy on the bike. Fuck him, man. How dare he fucking say that to me on the bike? Just starts fuming. Just starts screaming about this dude like a small encounter from an hour ago. And it gets to the point where he actually goes, "You know what? I want to find him. I want to find him." At this point, I'm like, whoa. Are we going to kill someone today? But he's like, "I want to find him and I want to yell at him." And his whole argument is, in his mind, he's going to go now, out on the bike, maybe like 11 o'clock at night, and just start biking around in hopes of finding some fucking random dude on a bike to yell at him that he could do what he wants. That's legit. That was his whole thing. And he just kept yelling about it until finally he just left and went home. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, I hope he gets hit by a car. See what I mean? These people on bikes, they're insane. All of them. I brought him up and I'll talk about him too. Joe. Joe is a fucking asshole on a bike. I just got back into biking. This dude has almost pushed me to the floor twice. And you might think, oh, like by accident? No. I mean, like one time I was just in front of him and I just felt him go to the back of my tire with his front wheel and start slapping it while I'm riding in the street. Another time, I tried passing him on the Manhattan Bridge, the much superior bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge. And I went to go pass him and he kicked me. Because he wanted to be first. He just kicked my bike. And then he sped up and started ramming his bike into my bike as a way of being like, "Hey, get behind." Joe, I've never seen other people hate Joe as much as other bicyclists. I've seen people pass Joe on a bike and stare at the back of his head like fucking cops stare at any non-white person in the streets. Joe is someone who, like all the instances I've given you of how people on bikes are assholes, he's everything for that and more. He will go down the Manhattan bicycle lane and he will take his hands off the wheel, speed up, put them in the air, and zigzag back and forth. And it doesn't matter if people are behind him or in front of him coming towards him. He doesn't give two shits about them. I've seen him not only almost hit me multiple times on the Manhattan Bridge, but other people. He's almost hit like so many people. I'm surprised he's alive because he is the worst biker I've ever seen. Brendan has a bike, but Brendan is more of like an entitled bike person. Like where I fixed my bike up, he's like, I have a flat tire. It's best I go bring it to a shop and have someone fix it, and I'll pick it up in like 2 weeks. That is his mentality. I've never biked with him, but knowing Brendan the way I do, I'm going to assume he's an asshole on a bike. And then Gene, he doesn't know how to ride a bike. Yeah, that's just it. And he doesn't have the cast for it either. Gene has weak legs. No leg day for him at the gym. And so now that I'm on a bike, I'm like, well, fuck. Like, I hate bicyclists. And now I'm a bicyclist. Do I hate myself? The answer to that is a huge and quick yes. Not just for being a bicyclist, for other things, but still, yes. So now I try and monitor myself the way I ride my bike, because I don't want to be one of these people. I want to be an upstanding citizen on a bicycle, and prove that not all of them should be drawn and quartered. But even I must admit, the bike changes you. I haven't been biking that long, but I could feel it every time I go out there. I start to care less and less about where I ride my bike. So I have this hill next to me. It's called Suicide Hill. Well, it's not called Suicide Hill. Just Joe, one of our 2 resident edgelords here, likes to call it Suicide Hill. Quick explanation. Has anyone killed himself on the hill? No. Has anyone died on the hill? No. Is the hill even dangerous? No. One time he went down the hill and he started sliding, not sliding. He started drifting and he popped his tires. And no one wants to say, hey, I slid down a hill and popped my tires. In his mind, he thought, well, I'm going to change the name to Suicide Hill. That way I could say, hey, I went down Suicide Hill and I even fucking flattened my tires. Sounds much better, but it's still just as pathetic. So as I first started going down this hill, I would kind of like hold the brakes every once in a while because I don't like going too fast. What if another car comes in out of nowhere? I can't see it. I might crash into it if I'm going too fast. I was very cautious. In the 3 times I went down the hill, I will go down that hill now And I'll almost close my eyes and fall asleep because I'm so fucking bored. The anxiety of going too fast has just went away. And now, unfortunately, I can't help it, but I find myself going down that hill, and one word pops into my mind. YOLO. The bike changes you, whether you want to admit it or not. I mean, who knows where I'll be in a couple years. Maybe I'll be that douchebag on the Brooklyn Bridge, just ringing my bell at people, hoping to run over some kid because he's in the lane, and then I have to say to myself, you should have fucking been in the lane. When that time comes, I can only hope that someone walks over and pushes me to the floor. Should bicyclists be killed? No. Should all tires be slashed? Maybe. And I think that's where the moral of my story. Fuck bikes and fuck bicyclists. And most importantly, fuck you guys. I want to thank you all for sticking around. I know we went on a long journey today, but I think it's time I best be rolling on. Oh, fuck me.